So, pornography.
You play with them balls like it's FIFA.
There's many arguments and many things that can be said in terms of the benefits and the negative side of the actual adult industry. You have people who believe that it should still be established within society to some degree, and then you have individuals who believe that it should be banned across all countries and nations and what have you. Now, based off my content, you likely know where I'm going with this. However, I will shed a little bit of light on both sides. In today's video, we'll look at what pertains to the devil's advocate side of things in terms of what can be considered the pros. And then we'll go a little bit into the cons. We're not going to do statistics or anything of that nature. I could post all types of stats on here about why pornography is bad, but listen, that's all been done in other content creators' videos and content producers. We don't need to do that here. Let's just do something different. Without further ado, let's get into it. So first, let's start off with the definition of pornography, right? So I'm gonna post it on the screen, but pretty much pornography, to sum it up, is any type of sexual explicit media or content pretty much that can cause arousal, or is made to cause arousal rather, erotic sensation within a being. So with that being said, that can definitely range, and there's a wide variety of things that can classify. Now in terms of pros, there's a lot of things that can be said on the devil's advocate side of things. You can say, a commonality, or something that's said very commonly, is that pornography can teach you how to arouse your partner and get them to climax, which is not wrong, but it's also not right. So what really needs to be understood, and I don't think that a lot of people understand, especially younger people, and this could go for older people, if they... Well, if you older, man, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. But when it comes to the generation that grew up with online pornography, or easily accessible pornography in this case, it can definitely be easy for them to be groomed into the sense of believing that pornography is reality. It is not. It is not. It doesn't matter if you watch amateur, it don't matter anything of that nature, it's not reality. Now, are there certain tips and tricks that you can pick up? Yeah, that's not going to say that you can't. But even with that being stated, in America, the age of consent roughly around, if we do a rough estimate of all the states, it's about 17. So I feel like when it comes to sex ed, you should be able to learn about not like the breakdown, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the vaginal cord, when it comes to erecting the penis. That felt so crazy to say. It has to be conducted within a professional manner. There's certain things or certain displays that can't be, broadcasted. You can do it in a respectful animation way. Or somehow, somebody would definitely have to compile some type of demonstration. But you know what I get when I mean more professionally, and more safe for work with the demonstrations. When it comes to pornography, you can be you can say you're going for something tame, right? In this case, because there are some individuals who do provide, I don't want to say classes, but let's say notable teaching content or informative content that is to help a person, climax, or maybe help their partner try to become aroused / climax. In which case, shout out to them people, because even though they're very few, the fact that they're going about and doing something of that nature to the most professional degree that they can, I could definitely respect that. But even that, when it comes to being on these XXX or exclusively adult content websites, the 18+, you have to understand that anything could pop up at any time. A pop-up, an ad, videos around that show different type of imagery. All of that goes towards your mind. All of that goes towards your brain. And even though you may not be perceiving it in the moment as, this is probably making my brain rot away. This is probably having some type of effect on me in terms of my fetishes, in terms of what I like and dislike. It is. And if you keep repeatedly coming back to that content, you probably got some type of kink or something going on, buddy. And when it comes to fetishes and kinks, we're not going to get into that today. Some are tame and some are absolutely batshit crazy. You wouldn't catch me licking feet. That's just me, I'm not gonna look. If you do it, that's you. Or maybe it's something with petite girls, and then you start to gain a whole nother, you know how the mind can, maybe you start liking BDSM. I mean, there's so many things that can be influenced on the mind without you even understanding that you're being influenced in that realm of moment. And that's just a couple of the main dangers that combat that devil's advocate statement. Now, another one that's very prominent and people like to crack jokes about on social media is edging, right? People like to say that edging can increase or help out with your stamina. That's not proven, first of all. Secondly, when it comes to your sexual stamina or your stamina within the sheets, let's say like stamina, that I'm not. Look, man, y'all. Your stamina is based off numerous and multiple things. It's not just based off of, oh, look, I edged today for like 10-30 minutes. No. Stamina is impacted by your diet. It's impacted by your energy levels. It's impacted by a wide variety of things. The level of, let's say, arousal or love that you feel for the partner that you are committing coitus with. That is also another factor. So there's things that go into it that you can't even begin to understand that edging can't do. It just can't do. You can edge for however long you think, and then when you get in the sheets, you fold, bro. It could be a few hours of coitus with the person that you really care, with your health at a top level, eliminating that smoking and drinking and all them other habits. There's so many things that could contribute, and edging is not going to be the main contributor, nor is it proven to be a contributor, as a matter of fact. Those are the real main two that I really come across a lot, I was trying to think of some more, but I couldn't really, find too many. I couldn't. I mean, you can say that post-nut clarity, you're more focused, but hey, whether you're a male or a female, at the end of the day, as a being, you have to understand how to navigate, even past post-nut clarity, even if you don't and get that off, you got to understand how to navigate without needing that sensation, needing that kick. It's like any other addiction, substance addiction or anything. It's hard to kick. And so you don't want to be in that boat. My take on things, in which I kind of, mixed it in and kind of blended things in today. My take on things is that pornography should be banned, across all countries, all nations, etc. I don't feel that there's a strong enough argument for pornography to be present within society. I feel like it does more damage than what can be called unproven pros. So really, I don't understand much of a benefit when it comes to having pornography within society. Especially talking about these females coming out of high school, becoming adult stars. I mean, you have so many adult stars committing suicide, overdosing, and they're in their late 20s, early 30s. If you coming out of high school and you go and join that adult film industry, on average, how long of a lifespan do you think you have? Why would you even want to get involved in an industry of that nature? It's a bad industry. There's so many people, not even on just a podcast. You find so many people who just do post interviews of, man, the industry was dark. I found this lady, she was crying in the closet. Yo, this dude, he was forced to do this scene, but they was gonna give him all this money. You gotta understand, these industries are not what you think they are. It may look like all funny games on the outside when the camera's rolling, but when it stops rolling, think about what happens. And even then, you don't really know. Nor probably do you want to know. Cause look, it's not a game out here. It's not a game, and you may not even, let's say in the moment, you're not even thinking about starting a family later on or having kids and having your bloodline, etc. But imagine how your partners may feel in the future when they find out you were an adult star or on OnlyFans. That's going to turn a lot of people, be it male or women, away because they don't want to be associated with that. They don't want people coming up in the middle of the street being like, oh, I just seen your new scene yesterday. What? You my favorite star from back in the day. Who wants that? Who wants to be noticed with that? And don't even get me started on the kids of, the children. Think about the children. I mean, they have to if they go to public school, they're cooked. Private school too. But if they're not homeschooled and these kids, these other children find out about your history, oh, it's over. It's over. They're getting cooked at every single lunch table. They may commit suicide. They may just commit suicide. So you have to think about these things. And you got to prepare. Even if you don't plan on doing this, you got to understand the dangers that come with pornography. So that's my take on things. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. Give me your takes, give me your arguments, and until the next time, it's been King Jay.T, and peace out.
Baby girl awesome, it ain't capping the slightest. She take oxygen to be like I'm Midas. When we walk in the room, we the brightest. Different topics, but I'm steady vibing. In the mud, but I better stay striving. With the family, I'll always be thriving. Creepy steps, but I cannot quit climbing.